Hey everyone, happy Friday to you. I hope you guys are off to a great start. Introducing a cheesy sound clip for everybody here as we get going on our Friday. So this particular video is going to piggyback off the previous one in the sense that this video here, I'm going to show you the results of my friends trading strictly the fractal model. Now, again, if you kind of recap the previous video, what I did was I took a good friend of mine, was interested in trading. I've been kind of mentoring him for a while now, and we went through, the basic concepts of trading, basic concepts about trading view, about the charts, about market structure, how price moves, a lot of concepts that I went over with him, and then we've moved up to me introducing him to the fractal model. And the reason I did that is because I feel strongly that the fractal model is one of the most simplistic and easiest to understand. It's all based around the swing point. There's logic, there's reasoning behind each trade that you take, rather than simply just jumping in and hoping it works out. There's actually a reason why you're in the trade. Stop loss is defined. To me, it's just a complete package that makes complete sense. So I introduced him to this, and he's done very well. This is just catching my eye here. Let me fix this because I'm going to have to show this in just a minute here. Let's see here. I want to kick this candle count back up. So, yeah, the reason why is because I wanted to show you this sweep. And so basically, when I sat down and I was going over things with him, there was rules that I wanted him to follow. And the reason I wanted to plant those rules in his head was because if there are any of you out there that train in any type of sport, baseball, basketball, if any of you guys do any MMA, any type of martial arts, I do a lot of that. It's all about repetition, repetition, repetition. And when you begin to do that, you begin to instinctively react based on what you've learned. And so basically I was telling him, I'm trying to have him train his mind. So when he looks and sees certain formations, certain things on the charts, he'll be able to react and execute on that. One of the rules that I had him do, that I strongly recommended that he do, was to, if you take a trade, only trade when you see a sweep. I said, even if there's no sweep and you see a beautiful order block formation, if you see that beautiful change in the state of delivery, I said, don't take that. I said, I know in time you will probably get to where you just can see these and spot these instinctively, and you'll get there. I said, but right now, wait for the sweep to happen. And then, of course, we went through other things in terms of where you're at on the charts, PD arrays, and of course, you guys know me if you've been following me. I basically preached the 1 hour fair value gap down his throat. And so we went through all of that. So having said all that and me yapping here, let me show you, this was his 150 simulation challenge in paper trading. And again, like I said, I know paper trading is a little bit different. The emotions are not there, but my thing with him was to, pin down the repetition part for him, or let him train himself to do that, and then everything else would follow after that. So this is what he's done. This is the first part, and this thing cuts off at 156.945. So let me pull up the second part, and the 156.945 starts about midway down, a little bit further, a little bit below halfway down the chart here. So you can see this 156.945 there, and then he continues on from there. So again, there's the first part of his trades. There is the second part of his trades. He let that 1350 run way too long. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to really talk about all this yet, but I saw that and was like, whoa, you should have cut that one. I don't know if he thought it was going to come back, or anyway, he was telling me he was keeping in mind the 4,500 drawdown that he had. And so again, first part, and then the second part there. So adding up all these trades, I think his win rate, if I did the math correctly, came out to 81.8 or 82% win rate, which is very impressive. And again, just emphasizing that is nothing but trading the sweeps off the Fractal model. Not you know, you guys know there's been many times where you don't actually have a sweep, but you have a beautiful formation of candles forming that beautiful order block entry. You got the change in the state of delivery. Of course, you can plot your projections from there manually or have the indicator do it. But my thing, you know, and I've done that a lot as well. I've just got to where I can instinctively see them now. But I just to train him initially, I just said, hey, wait for the sweep to occur, the candle to close back inside the range of the previous candle, and then jump on that train and ride it. You know, look for liquidity to the left, look at your projections, and then go from there. So I'm very impressed at how well he's done. I know he's very encouraged seeing this, and I know he's getting ready to jump in and get a, I don't know who he's going to go with, but I know he's getting ready to buy a challenge or combine coming up here. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys here. Let me pull it up again if I can. I'm trying to get my mouse back. So again, there's the first round or first screenshot, I guess, if you will. And then there is the second. So he did nothing but micro contracts or micros. And I told him to just stick with those. And he's done very well. So I make this video to encourage you guys, if you are interested in the Fractal model, if you are still learning it, hang in there. And it's like we have this thing as people, and especially nowadays, that we want things to come very quickly, very easily. We want that instant gratification. And guys, trading is one of those things. It's going to take some time. You know, whether you're, whatever job that you have. Again, going back to the sport and the martial art analogy, you've got to spend time on the charts. This is not some instant thing that's going to happen overnight. And once you do that and continue to spend the time, it will start coming. My journey, it's been about 2.5 years now for me. I feel like I've still got a long way to go, but I feel like I have come so far as well. And again, it's just spending time on the charts. So, all right, guys, I hope this video has been encouraging for you guys. And, I hope you found value in this. But like I said, just meant to encourage you guys, if you trade the Fractal model, stay with it, keep grinding, and it will come. So I guess the one thing that I would say for people that ask me about the Fractal model is you simply just can't take every sweep when a sweep occurs. There has to be a reasoning behind the sweep, and there has to be, you have to know what the draw on liquidity is after you take that sweep. So, and that for me is where the higher time frame PD arrays come in. They have to be there, in my opinion, for you to take that trade. I zero in on the fair value gaps. Obviously, previous day high, previous day low, but the 1 hour fair value gaps are what do it for me. In fact, I mean, look this again. I talk about this all the time, especially in a lot of the videos that I put out on X and the ones on YouTube. I can see I've got my my dude here driving me crazy, but you can see how it's come through this 1 hour. The previous video that I posted on X this morning talked about this. I talked about anticipating it would come through that 1 hour, and then, figuring out what it's going to do here. But again, actually, let me go up 1 more hour here. And if any of you guys have been following me, you know what I'm getting ready to say, and that is newly formed 1 hour fair value gaps. When you first tap into them, 85% of the time, they are going to react like this. I mean, look at that. Anyway, I see this over and over, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop the video. I feel like I'm yapping here. You guys have a great rest of your day on the charts. Again, just wanted to show you this, just to encourage you to stick with the Fractal model if that's what you are learning, trying to learn, trying to understand. It will come, guys, in time. All right, everybody have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend ahead. Let me throw on this again here as we head out. Let's see, is it going to play? Come on. And here we go, here we go, there we go. Woo! All right, guys. You have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next video. Have a good one.